Hi guys, and welcome to today's Arlo U training session. Jared here from the Arlo support team, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most powerful tools in Arlo to help grow your training business, campaigns. In this session, we're going to cover off what the campaigns feature is and when and how it should be used, how you can access the campaigns feature within your Arlo platform, how to build a prospect list using some example campaign queries, and we're going to take you through these so you understand how you can build these yourself. We're going to look at how you can take campaign lists from Arlo and then add them to your marketing systems, including our campaign monitor integration. And we're also going to take a look at using the advanced filters as a substitute for campaigns. Now, before we start, it's important to note that the campaigns feature is only available on professional and enterprise service plans. So if you'd like access to it and you don't have it, contact us and we can arrange that. Let's get into it. So what exactly is campaigns? Campaigns allows you to grow your business by targeting relevant prospects for your training and events. You can query information inside of the Arlo CRM related to your events, registrations, and contacts to drill down on specific prospects that you should be marketing to. For example, if you had a certain course running and were trying to fill some last-minute spots, you could use campaigns to find contacts in your CRM who have completed similar courses and may live in the same area that course is running. Another example is where a renewal course may need to be completed to keep a certain accreditation or certification. You could use campaigns to see who has completed the required course, but not the renewal, so that you can reach out and let them know. There are a bunch of other use cases for the feature, and it's one that if you spend some time thinking about who you want to target, it can really deliver some great results. If you have a marketing team, you should definitely get them across this feature. Now that we know what the campaigns feature is and when it should be used, let's check out how it can be used. To access the campaigns menu, from the marketing menu, click campaigns. This will take you to a list of all active campaigns that you have running in Arlo. You can easily see who the owner of the campaign is, the number of prospects Arlo has found for the campaign, and when it starts and finishes. Let's create a new campaign together by clicking New Campaign. On this page, we just need to enter basic information about the campaign we're running, such as the name, dates, and owner. If desired, we can also add newsletter subscribers as prospects to the campaign automatically. In this example, I want to produce a targeted campaign, so I'm not going to select this option. I can also add any internal information I might need later and record my prospect list criteria for future reference. Let's put some information in here quickly. Once you've entered in all of your information, you can create your campaign. Now that we have a campaign ready, we can start to add our prospects. To do this, click the Prospects menu, and again, we can choose to add newsletter subscribers to our campaign, but because I want a more targeted campaign list, I'm going to select from my contacts list. When I'm adding prospects, I can choose to either add contacts that are only active inside of my Arlo CRM. I can choose all contacts, which include any archive contacts that I have, or I can choose to add prospects from only my newsletter subscribers. In this case, I'm going to choose to add my prospects from all of my contacts. So now we're ready to look for people for our campaign, and we're going to use the query builder to do that. In the first example, we're going to look for people who have not completed a course within the past 6 months. So maybe you're wanting to reach out to these people to make sure that they're still interested in your courses. Maybe you're wanting to offer them a special offer if they come along to one of your events coming up. This is the way that you could do that. So first of all, we're going to look at where has registrations matching. Because we're looking for registrations in the past, this is the query that we want to use. Then we'll need to add in an exactly 0 records. So at the moment, this query is saying, I want to find all contacts who have exactly 0 registrations, which is fine. That's the first part of our query out the way, but we also want to drill down to registrations within the last 6 months. So for the second part of the query, we're going to add in an event line, and we're going to pop in the start date. Now you notice as I start typing that the field auto-populates with suggestions. You can pick from those, or you can use a scroll to see all of the available criteria that you can use inside of the query builder. In this case, I'm going to select start date, and then I'm going to say is within previous, so be careful not to get next and previous mixed up, and I'm going to add in my 6 months. So at the moment, the query is complete. It's looking for anybody who has no registrations for events that have been within the previous 6 months, started within the previous 6 months. And if I hit the preview, Arlo is going to spit out all of the prospects that have met that criteria so that I can add them into my campaign. Now, if I press add prospects, Arlo is going to pop them into my campaign list for me. But because we're doing some training and we want to show you guys a few more examples, what I'm going to do is also show you how to remove these, and then we'll add a new query in. So to remove prospects, you can either select ones you don't want individually in the list. In this case though, we're just going to hit the select all, press the actions button, and then click remove prospects. And that's going to take them away from the campaign for you. So we're going to jump back across now into the query builder. So I'm going to add contacts from all of my contacts, and then we're going to write out a new query to find a different set of people. In the second example, we're going to look for people who have a certification and they have not done a renewal course that's required for them to keep it. So you might offer accreditation, a certification course, and you may have another offset, which is a slightly shorter renewal course, and potentially you want to reach out to these people to say, hey, you need to come and do the renewal because you're not going to be able to keep your certification or accreditation unless you've done so. So in this case, we're going to look up our contacts. So I'm going to use a contact clause, and then I'm going to say registrations, and then has completed template. And what this will allow us to do is it will give us a list of all of the event templates that we have inside of Arlo. And in this case, I'm going to select the certification course, which is a sample course in our database. And that's the first part of our query complete. So at the moment, the campaign builder is going to give us all contacts who have completed the sample certification course. But we also want to drill down on those who have completed this course but not completed the renewal course. So I'm going to click the cog and add a second clause, which is an and then I'm going to use the same criteria, contact, registrations, but I'm going to put in a slightly different statement, and I'm going to say is not registered to complete. And the reason we use is not registered to complete is because you don't want to pull out people that may not have completed the renewal but may already be registered. And then we're going to pop in our certification renewal. Now if I preview the results, as you can see, we've got a few people in our database that we can reach out to say, hey, you need to come and do your renewal course, and provide them all the information they need to hopefully get them along to that particular event. Now, we'll do one final query, and what we're going to look at in the last query is where contacts have completed an event in the past 12 months. So I'm going to get rid of the statements that I've written for this one. And then we're going to use the same has registrations matching criteria. And we're going to keep greater than 0 records. That's fine because we're looking for people that have done one or more registrations. So that's greater than 0. We also want to use the same event criteria that we used before and say start date is within previous. And I'm just going to set it to a year here. So at the moment, this clause is looking for all contacts who have done one or more registrations and that the event has started within the past year. But what we don't want is to find people who potentially have registered but had their registration cancelled. So what I'm also going to do is add an additional clause in, and it's going to be based on their registration status. So I'm going to go registration status does not equal cancelled. And from there, I can go on and add my prospects to the campaign. So you can see here that it's found 14 prospects for this particular campaign, which I'm going to add. Now, before we move off the screen, I just want to reiterate that, as you can see, the query builder is very, very flexible. We do have a bunch of examples in our help center that you can use to help copy, or if you are looking for a particular set of contacts, but you're not too sure how to build the query, get in touch with our support team and they'll be able to help you out, because there's lots and lots of different conditions that you can use. It's very flexible and very powerful. It just involves you getting in there and giving it a go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these prospects to my campaign. And now we're going to look at a few tools that you can use to manage the campaign. First of all, once the campaign's ready to go, you can approve it so it no longer sits in your draft campaigns list. And then we can start to do things like add internal notes. If we want to, we can set up tasks so that we can get other people to follow up on the campaign, or we can follow up on the campaign at certain times or dates. And you also have the option, if you're using our Campaign Monitor integration, to automatically send this list across over to your Campaign Monitor account. And so what Arlo will do is it'll actually pass through all of the prospect information directly into Campaign Monitor so that you can jump in there and you can set up your email marketing. If you don't use Campaign Monitor and you use another marketing system, then Arlo also provides you the option to export all of the prospect information into CSV files, which are nice and easy to do. And once you have those CSV files, it's really easy to import them into your email marketing system. Literally takes a couple of minutes and your prospects will be ready to go. That's about it for the campaigns feature. As you can see, really, really powerful. So do jump in there and have a look. Before we do wrap up, there's one other thing that I want to show you, which is advanced filters, which is sort of a substitute for campaigns if you're looking to just build a quick list of contacts. So we're going to take a look at that by jumping over into our contacts menu. So as you can see here on the contact screen, we have the search bar, which we can use to find contacts. We also have a set of basic filters which we can apply. So for example, contacts with no registrations, one or more registrations, contacts who have completed a certain event or have not completed a certain event. But we also have advanced filters here. And within the advanced filters, much like the campaigns filter, you can then build out a set of statements or conditions which Arlo will use to drill down on your contacts list. Once you've applied your advanced filters, you can also export the list information directly out of Arlo so that you can pop it across into your email marketing system. So lots of options in terms of drilling down on the data that you have within the Arlo CRM and using it so that you can hopefully grow your training business and get more people along to the events. So that's pretty much it for me for today. So thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.